So now on the podcast and/or extra innings, we have two of our swimmers who are competing in the AMCC Championships this week, starting on Wednesday. We have Nate Miller and Mikaela Snayczuk. Snayczuk. Again, they're competing for the AMCC Championships this week, so we just have a few questions for them.
So we'll talk with Nate today. So being a returner, what is it like competing for a conference championship?
Well, this year is going to be a lot different from last year. We're going into a dual conference meet this year, as opposed to last year where we were just competing in the AMCC. Mm-hmm. We're also going to be swimming against the Empire 8, which means there will be a overall winner and a conference winner for each individual conference. That also means we'll be able to swim a lot harder competition, so we should be able to push ourselves a lot harder this year. So it's going to be a little different, but it's also going to be pretty intense.
You looking forward to it?
Always. Always looking forward to our final competitions. We're all tapered. We're all ready to go.
So Mikaela, being, this is your first year on the swim team, what are your expectations, and are you excited to compete for the first time in the AMCC Championships?
I'm really excited to compete. I'm just excited to see how everyone does. We've all dropped, quite a bit of time, so we're looking forward to dropping some more, placing high.
We're excited. So if you guys could tell us why swimming? Why did you guys choose swimming as your sport?
Well, I was originally actually going to be a basketball player, but I sucked at it. So I went with something that didn't require any hand-eye coordination, and that happened to be swimming. And I kind of just stuck with it. I never really wanted to stop. And I just slowly fell in love with the sport, and I can't really imagine life without it. So.
Well, I've always swam. I grew up swimming. I've never done anything else.
So, with you guys coming here at Alfred State with a new culture, new coaches coming in this year, what's your favorite thing about Alfred State coming in this year?
Coming in this year, probably the prospect for change, and we got a lot of change as well with the new coach and with the new training and everything. When I originally heard that we were getting a new coach, I was obviously shocked at first because it didn't seem like that was ever going to be a possibility, but I was also very excited to see what we could do with, some new training regimens and some new leadership. So.
Mikaela?
I really like the people here. Everyone's, super nice and welcoming, and, yeah.
It's a fun environment to be in.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
Good. So what would you say is your guys' favorite event or events to swim in?
Probably the 100 fly. That's probably my go-to.
For me, the 100 breast.
100 breast.
Why is that for each of y'all? Just curious, just because some people may not understand.
Yeah, no, I can't race anything over 100. So I got to keep it short. And the 100 fly, I don't know, I've just always been a flyer. It's kind of just sentimental value to me. I've always swam it.
Yeah, I've always done breaststroke, so I like it.
Makes sense.
So while you guys were competing here, you guys have had a long career, or just an early career coming here at Alfred State. So what's the funniest memory you guys had in the past seasons or this current season?
Jeez, you go first. I still don't know.
I think there's been a lot of funny moments. Mostly just, I don't really know.
We do a lot of hurling after practice, especially after a really hard 3-hour practice. It's not uncommon to see somebody hurl, so we're all cheering for the person that's throwing up. Training trip is always a great time, but we usually throw up a lot on training because we just get so nauseated by some of the practices.
So, final question here as we wrap up. Being that you've been here for a while and being that you are new here as a freshman, what advice would you give to swimmers coming into the Alfred State program for next year?
Swim over the summer. Swim over the summer. Come in shape. Be ready to work hard. We train really, really hard. Almost everybody on the team would agree that this was probably the hardest year of swimming that anybody had ever been through. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, I would say to keep a positive mind. It all really pays off in the end. Going through season was really rough, but now that we're at the end at AMCCs, I'm excited.
Hopefully it'll all be worth it.
Yeah.
Well, here at the podcast, we wish me and Jarrod and everyone here in the Alfred State Athletic Department wish you guys luck this weekend at the AMCC Championships.
Thanks.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much for your time.
Yeah, no problem.